Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Clear Lake Community Chanting. We're fortunate to have our kirtan ensemble back together. Kieran Epperson will be playing tablas today. Christopher Samuel is playing cymbals. And Barbie Brown is going to be doing the readings and the prayers today. And my name is Steve Samuel. And we're going to start with an opening prayer. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, Jesus Christ,
Saints and sages of all religions,
saints and sages of all religions,
humbly bow
to all.
Free our spiritual path from all obstacles.
Free our spiritual path from all obstacles.
And lead us to the shores of eternal wisdom and bliss.
And lead us to the shores of eternal wisdom and bliss.
May thy love shine forever.
May thy love shine forever
On the sanctuary of our devotion.
on the sanctuary of our devotion.
And may we be able to live thy love.
And be able to live thy love in all lives.
Be thou the only king. Be thou
The
the only
only
king.
King,
Reigning on the throne of our consciousness.
reigning on the throne of our consciousness. Peace. Peace. Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha 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 Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Who tells me thou art done? Mother divine, who tells me thou art done? My mother divine, thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Who tells me thou art done? My mother divine, who tells me thou art done? Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Who tells me thou art done? My mother divine, who tells me thou art done? My mother divine, thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Who tells me thou art done? My mother divine, who tells me thou art done? My mother divine, thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Who tells me thou art done? My mother divine, who tells me thou art done? Suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Tells me thou art done. Who tells me thou art done? Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Who tells me thou art done? 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 Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Who tells me thou art done? Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Thousands of suns and moons from thy body do shine. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Satchidananda Guru Yogananda Sadguru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru Satchidananda Guru.
the melody of human brotherhood. Heavenly Spirit, we are traveling by many blessed roads to thine goal of life. Guide us into thy highway of self-knowledge, to which all paths of true religions lead. We venture with thee. The diverse religions are branches of thy one immeasurable tree of truths. May we enjoy the luscious fruits of soul realization that hang from the boughs of scriptures of every clime and time. Teach us to chant in harmony the countless expressions of supreme devotion in thy temple of the earth, in a chorus of many accented voices. We are singing only to thee. O Divine Mother, lift us on thy path of universal love. Break thy vow of silence and sing to us the heart of human brotherhood. From Whisper Short, chanting by Yogacharya.
We're going to do some chants to Divine Mother because today is a special day. And I forget the name, slips my mind what the day is called. Go ahead, Barbie.
The 9 days celebration in India for Divine Mother is happening, and I think this is the 5th day. They do special things and singing love and devotion to Divine Mother. It's an auspicious time with planets and lined up, and everything's in alignment so that Divine Mother hears our prayers and our love and devotion and vibrations are raised this time. So everything is okay now?
We do it Vashamanama. I gotta get the control. Excuse me. Anandamai Mama, Anandamai Mama. Anandamai Mama, Anandamai Mama. Mama, Ananda Rupa Mama, Ananda Rupa Mama. Ananda Rupa Mama, Ananda Rupa Mama. My soul, so calm. You can't remain anymore. You can't remain anymore. My mother is so calm. She can't remain anymore. She can't remain anymore. Out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain land. Out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain land. Come out of my secret soul, come out of my secret soul. Come out of my little silence, come out of my little silence. Come out of my secret soul, come out of my secret soul. Come out of my little silence, come out of my little silence. I give you my soul, so calm. You can't remain it anymore. You can't remain it anymore. My mother is so calm. She can't remain it anymore. She can't remain it anymore. Out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain land. Out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain land. Come out of my secret soul, come out of my secret soul. Come out of my little silence, come out of my little silence. Come out of my secret soul, come out of my secret soul. Come out of my little silence, come out of my little silence. My soul, so calm. You can't remain hidden anymore. My mother is so calm. She can't remain hidden anymore. She can't remain hidden anymore. Out of the silent sky, come out of the mountain. Silent sky, come out of the mountain. Come out of my secret soul, come out of my secret soul. Come out of my little silence, come out of my little silence. Come out of my secret soul, come out of my secret soul. Come out of my little silence, come out of my little silence. My soul, so calm. You can't remain hidden anymore. You can't remain hidden anymore. My mother is so calm. She can't remain hidden. She can't remain hidden. Now we will have a meditation from Yogacharya J. Oliver Black from February 9th, 1969. And it's about 15 minutes. And after that, we will have 10 minutes of silent meditation and a closing prayer and chant.
Now let us all prepare ourselves for our morning's devotional meditation by sitting uprightly in our seats, shoulder blades together, spine straight, shoulder blades together, chin level, leaning the body slightly forward for balance. And just for a few moments, just relax just a moment or two, because we are going to practice meditation the way the yogis practice meditation. And for the same reason. You might watch the breath as it enters the nostrils, passing through the air passages into the lungs. And then with the exhale, with the mind, watch the air passing from the lungs through the air passages and out through the nostrils. That is a technique to help you to begin to turn your attention inward. All scriptures aver that we should always seek within for our spiritual realization or enlightenment, or for the realization of God, or for the self-realization, which is the realization of the self. And when we realize what the self is, and then we have realized what the nature of God is like. And the idea of yoga meditation or meditation is to become quiet and still enough so that the mind becomes quiet and still, free from all of its desires, thoughts, worries, and cares. And when we attain that state, then this darkness that we see when we close our eyes changes into a dazzling ocean of light. So the goal of our seeking is just behind the darkness of closed eyes. When you sit quietly and still enough, when you meditate and forget the outer world, and you concentrate then at the point between the eyebrows, so lift your attention now and concentrate your attention by lifting your eyes, and let the mind focus the eyes at the mid spot between the eyebrows. And hold your attention there without wavering, without allowing your eyeballs to move in their sockets, to keep them fixed steady there. And that yoga mudra for meditation is one of the greatest mudras to help to slow down the restless mind. When we begin to look within our own selves, we find that we have a very serious condition there. Our mind is restless and wayward, and we have no control of the mind. That is, for most people at least, or except those that train themselves like the yogis do, really have no mind control at all. And that's because they're in a restless state, in a wayward state, and the mind needs to be brought back into self-control. Because there's no power greater than concentrated energy that the mind can generate if the mind is one-pointed. So the idea of yoga meditation is, or transcendental meditation, call it whatever you will, as the Mahesh Yogi has brought to the West, because there's a need for, in this coming age, and the science for the new age will be the science of going within oneself to find the answers necessary for all human needs. The Bible says, or the great Christian master, or the Christian yogi, as I like to call him, he says, "If thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be filled with light." You can read it yourself. You can read the text yourself in the book of Matthew and the book of Luke. Then it goes on to say, "If the light within you, take heed ye therefore that the light within you be not darkness." So there is really the spiritual genesis of yoga, is to realize what that Christian text means, or that is taught in the New Testament, in which we can read ourselves. So to the yogi, that means that the light is always present within each and every one, because we all live, move, and have our being in that great ocean of light. We have all come out of that light, and back into that light we shall all return. So it's again, the illustration will suffice of the muddy water. If the water is in motion, the mud stays suspended in the water. You can't see through it. You can't see in it. But if the water is set aside there's no movement anymore, the mud becomes heavy and it settles to the bottom, and then you see what the true nature of water is like. Luminosity. It's clear. You can see through it. You can see down in it. So it is with our minds. Our minds are muddy by the darkness that we see suspended in the mind, and that darkness is caused by our desires, thoughts, worries, and cares, which keeps the mind in a turbulent condition. So the idea of meditation and the yoga meditation, the way the yogis do it, is to discipline oneself, not only with his body to begin with, taking posture and taking time out and setting oneself aside so that he can explore his own mind and see what's going on in there. When we begin to get into the tenuous states of the mind, it's an infinite area of exploration, and very, very few ever realize that the true nature of the mind is light. It's like that. The mind is just like the muddy water, or after the mud is settled to the bottom. So if we learn how to meditate, relax and meditate, and then we begin to see what we have in the nature of our own minds. And then after a while we can begin to control it, redirect it, learn how to discipline it so that it will serve us instead of working against us all the time. Now there is a barrier that in yoga it says the intellect is the helper, but it also is the bar. The reasoning faculties of the mind, the logistic functions of the mind, are just exchanging thoughts and ideas. It's an inner discourse inside oneself, what's right and wrong and all of this and that and the other. But it causes it's an activity of the mind. So the yogis in their meditation, they get behind any activity of the mind. So they really, in a sense, they bypass the intellect and get back into the soul. Get into the intuitional background, that area of consciousness that knows everything. And out of that, when one is quiet and still, he can hear counsel from the inner voice, and the inner sight is open. He sees everywhere, just like a boat. We might go to sleep in dock while it's sitting on a mast. And when the boat moves away from its mooring and out into the ocean, far from land, and the bird wakes up, where does he see? He sees everywhere. And that's what you'll do too when your spiritual eye is open. Everyone has a spiritual eye, but maybe isn't conscious of it, but he has one, but he's lost all ways and means of operating it or getting it into use again. So yoga is a scientific thing. It's not something you have to believe by just blind faith or like that. But all the scriptures of the world aver that the kingdom of heaven is inside of a person, not outside. Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is within. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that now is the accepted time. So let us now, just for a few moments, sit very quiet and still. Keep your attention focused at the point between the eyebrows and allow yourself to become very quiet and very still. And each and every one in the temple this morning should be quiet, not making any disturbance of any kind, so that each one can really become quiet and still within themselves. And those who have come here Sunday after Sunday for yoga meditation are receiving great benefits. And for those of you who are here for the first time this morning, it will not hurt you to do this experiment. Now again, you might let your mind watch your breath. It's a little technique of helping to get one settled down and quiet. But keep your attention of the eyes focused at the point between the eyebrows. Now you can keep going with that to such a degree that you'll forget all about your body, you'll forget all about yourself, and when you do that, then the greatest of all miracles takes place. This veil to be rent asunder is also mentioned in the Bible. And then we will find ourselves in that great dazzling ocean of light that permeates the universe. Like nectar streams its boundless love, filling the hearts of men with joy. The very thought of his compassion sends a thrill through every limb. How can one fittingly describe him through his abounding grace? The bitter sorrows of this life are all forgotten instantly. On every side, on land below and sky above, beneath the seas, in every region of this earth, men seek him tirelessly, and as they seek him, ever ask, where is his limit, where is his end? Pure wisdom's dwelling place is he, the elixir of eternal life. The sleepless, ever-wakeful eye, the pure and stainless one. The vision of his face removes all trace of sorrow from our hearts. In the Bhagavad Gita, or the Song Celestial, in the 6th chapter, the book of religion on self-restraint, we read, sequestered should he sit, steadfastly meditating, his thoughts controlled, his passions laid away, quit of belongings. In a fair still spot, not too much raised, nor yet too low, let him abide his goods, a deerskin and the kusa grass. There setting hard his mind upon the one, restraining heart and senses, silent, calm, let him accomplish yoga and achieve pureness of soul, holding immovable his body, neck, and head, his gaze absorbed upon his nose end, tranquil in spirit, free of fear, intent upon his brahmachari vow, musing on me, lost in the thought of me. That yogan so devoted, so controlled, comes to the peace beyond, my peace, the peace of higher nirvana. And it goes on to say, through practice, steadfastly the will must toil thereto, till efforts end in ease, and a thought has passed from thinking, shaking off all longings bred by dreams of fame and gain, shutting the doorways of the senses closed by watchful ward. So step by step it comes to gift of peace assured and heart assuaged, when the mind dwells self-wrapped and the soul broods cumberless. But as often as the heart breaks, wild and wavering from control, so oft let him recurb it, let him rein it back to the soul's governess, for perfect bliss grows only in the bosom tranquilized, the spirit passionless, purged from offense, vowed to the infinite. He who thus vows his soul to the supreme soul, quitting sin, passes unhindered to the endless bliss of unity with God or Brahma. He so vowed, so blended, sees the life soul resident in all things living, and all living things in that life soul contained. And whoso thus discerneth me in all, and all in me, I never let him go, nor looseneth he hold upon me. But dwell he where he may, whate'er his life, in me he dwells and lives, because He knows and worships me who dwell in all which lives, and cleaves to me in all. When a man sees everywhere, taught by his own similitude, one life, one essence in the evil and the good, hold him a yogi, yea, well perfected.
Only vibration of Om. Guide us. Be with us. Lead us from darkness to light. Om, peace, peace. Namo Namaste Sahasrara Namo Namaste Namaste Krishna Taste Namostute Sarvata Eva Namaste.